Hi, I'm Alex Berry and I'm a professional colorist. Today I'm going to give you 3 tips to keep in mind when color correcting with DaVinci Resolve. If you'd like to learn more about my workflows and color grading in DaVinci Resolve in general, you can find my course in the description notes below. Now here are those tips. So I've done my basic grade and my secondaries, but I think her skin's looking a bit washed out. My first instinct might be to just increase saturation overall. And it's certainly made her more saturated, but I've also increased a lot of noise on the outside. What if there's another way that you can make it look richer? Instead of saturation, I'm going to bring down my levels or my luminance or brightness. Using the waveform monitor to judge how far to go. And without saturating, I've made the skin look a lot richer and give the picture a lot more depth. So don't always use saturation when sometimes it might be the level you need to change. For my next tip, we're going to use the Vectorscope. This line here represents her coat. If I want to make this image more cohesive, I can select her coat with a key and then use my hue tool to move her coat into line with the logo. If I turn that node off, you can see here her coat's kind of pink and now it's in line with my red logo. That makes my picture look a lot more cohesive. But what else can I do? If I add a new node, instead of moving parts of the image into this red region, I can make my logo and other important parts stand out more by pushing the dark areas into the opposite colour. So if my logo is towards red, I can choose to move my shadows the opposite way. I might choose to take some red out of the dark part of the image, and you can see by adding the opposite colour, it makes my logo and coat stand out more. So you can use this colour depth or colour contrast to make your grades richer, deeper and more powerful. For my next tip, we'll be using the parade. Our parade splits the image into red, green and blue. So you can see here, the image is completely red with no green and no blue. If I show you full screen, now we've seen on the parade that this image is completely red. There's nothing but red in this image. If I move on to the next frame, this grey frame, then the next frame is a bit blue. But actually, if I look at my parade, this frame is completely grey. Red, green and blue are in alignment. Whereas the frame before, which I told you was grey, is actually red. There's more red than green and blue. This frame was out of alignment, but our eyes were tricked by seeing the completely red image. Our eyes adjusted to the red image and we weren't able to see that the next image was also a bit red and not completely neutral. The tip here is always be looking at your scopes to understand what's happening to your image. Never trust your eyes alone. I hope you enjoyed those tips. If you'd like to learn more about colour grading, please subscribe to Domestika to learn more about my online course.